From WFRV Local 5, your local election headquarters. This is Newsmaker Sunday.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Tom Zalaski. The primary is right around the corner, and after that, it's the countdown to the November election. Now, a race that we here at Local 5 are keeping an eye on is the race for State Assembly District 2, which now includes parts of Brown, Manitowoc, and Outagamie counties. Republican State Representative Shea Swordwell is seeking a fourth term, and he will face Democratic challenger Alicia Saunders. And the challenger, Alicia Saunders, joins us this morning. Alicia, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get into the nuts and bolts and the politics of the day, the Alicia Saunders resume, if you will, your story.
Well, I'm a United States Navy veteran. I'm a single mom of two awesome kids, and I'm a blue-collar worker. I've lived most of my life in Wisconsin. Actually, I grew up in Menasha. And the least amount of time that I've been away from Wisconsin since I was about 5 was when I joined the Navy, and I was stationed out in Washington. Otherwise, I moved right back home.
So Menasha is home, and also you were homeschooled.
I was.
Homeschooled by your mom.
Yep.
Why homeschooled?
I was bullied a lot in elementary school.
Okay.
And both my brother and I were bullied. And my mom was like, you know what, we're just going to homeschool the kids and take better care of them.
So do you think the homeschooling, did it shape your life as opposed to had you gone to regular public school?
I think a lot of it did because I started in 5th grade, so I was about 10 years old when I started homeschooling. And all the way up through high school. So a lot of it, I do think, shaped my entire life.
So where are you today on a homeschooling versus public school? I mean, do you have a problem with public schools, or is it a problem with the bullying?
It's a problem with the bullying. I don't have an issue with the public schools. Both my kids graduated from Kimberly High School. So I'm a huge supporter of our school system. I mean, Kimberly is an amazing school. So. It's just a lot of it has to do with bullying. Okay. You had decided to run for state assembly after your Navy career. What was the trigger? Why did you decide to run? What did you see going on out there that made you say, I've got to step in, I've got to do this? Well, a lot of it started last spring. I had called up the Outagamie County Democratic office and asked them, how do I go about running for Congress? Because I was getting more and more disgruntled with Congressman Mike Gallagher. A few of the issues was his votes on bills for veterans. And I was very disappointed in him as a fellow veteran that he was not voting in favor of these bills that would have benefited veterans. Like his initial votes on the PACT Act. I was very perturbed about that. And I was irritated that he had no challenger in his last election. So I said, somebody needs to run. So I had called up the Outagamie County Democratic office and said, how do I go about that?
In your view, why did you think Mr. Gallagher did not go along with the votes that you thought he should have?
I felt it was a lot of party line issues. I felt he was voting with the party instead of voting for what was good for the benefit of the people of Northeast Wisconsin.
Why do you think he left?
I'm not sure. I don't like speculating on things like that too much because that was it's up to him to decide. And I'll trust what he said on it. It's just getting too political, and he didn't want to make it a career.
Right. When Mike Gallagher resigned his seat in Congress, you were part of a 3-person triumvirate, a female power trio, if you will. It was you, Dr. Kristen Lyerly, and Kelly Peterson, and initially all 3 of you decided you were going to run for Congress. But then came a point when the 3 of you got together and made this, I'll call it a plan, and that plan resulted in Kristen Lyerly running for Congress, you and Kelly Peterson running for state office. Take me into that meeting. How did that come about? How did you decide you'll do this and I'll do this?
Well, we had determined that we did not want a primary, and we wanted to bring forth a united front and show everybody that we could work together, because we were tired of the division in politics. And we had all gotten together when Mike Gallagher decided to not run anymore. And we said, you know what, we got to determine who would be the best fit for this office. And we determined that Dr. Lyerly was the best fit. And then we waited on the maps, the new maps for the state. And the maps came out, and Dr. Lyerly, she called us up, and she's like, hey, are you ready to go? You can kick this out of the park. And
that's how you wound up here.
Yep.
All right. Alicia Saunders is our guest this morning, and we have much more to come. So please stay right there. We are back this morning with Alicia Saunders, a Democrat running for the newly formed Assembly District Number 2. On 9/11, you were motivated by a strong sense of duty to your country. You joined the Navy. Tell me about that decision.
Well, I had decided to join the Navy specifically because it was the branch that I could join the fastest.
Okay.
Me personally, I had always had an issue with my weight. So I honestly wanted to join the Marine Corps, but it would have taken me a little bit longer to get within those regs. So I was like, I'm going to go in the Navy, and I joined the Navy, and it's also a kind of a family legacy.
It is.
It is. My grandfather served on the USS New Jersey in Vietnam.
Okay.
And my great-grandfather served on a carrier during World War II. I had an uncle who served on carriers in the 70s, and I joined the Navy as well.
So why the military? What moved you toward the military?
Well, when 9/11 happened, there's a lot of fear going on, a lot of unrest, and I wanted to do what I could for my country. And I felt that I could best serve my country by joining the military. And so I decided to join the Navy. And yeah.
Now, you were a young mother at the time?
No, I was not.
Not yet?
Nope. I had both of my kids while I was active duty. So I joined in 2002.
Okay.
And then I had my oldest in 2004, and then my youngest in 2006.
Now that had to be tough. How did you manage that, being active duty and a mother?
It was hard.
I mean, where were you?
I was stationed in Whidbey Island, Washington.
So you had this little baby in Washington?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Both my kids were born on military bases. My oldest was born in Seattle, and my youngest was born on the Navy base. So, but yeah, I had, it was hard because, you know, finding childcare,
Right.
Being a parent while active duty is really difficult. And then I had deployed in 2005, and my oldest was just a baby at the time. They were about 6 months old when I deployed, and when I came home, they didn't know who I was.
I'll bet.
And that broke my heart to the point where I said, I cannot do this ever again. And I decided that my kids would never grow up without their mother.
Yeah.
And they would know who their mother was.
Oh, my. So you're honorably discharged.
Yep.
You became a stay-at-home mom, a couple of kids. What was that adjustment like? Not just for you, but for them?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, they were both in diapers at the time.
Still. Yeah.
Yep. And it was, they grew very attached. And so they didn't seem to have too much of an adjustment period because, you know, they were still pretty young.
Right.
A lot of it had to do with me because I'm somebody that cannot stay home too often. It's like I have to be doing something. I have to be working, and I have to have adult interaction. So eventually I wound up starting to go to college using my GI Bill.
Right.
And then during that time, I had wound up becoming a single mom. And then there was a little bit of a fight with my GI Bill. And I wound up having to get a part-time job during that time. And my final semester in college did not go very well, so I wound up having to drop out just because, got to take care of the kids, got to make sure I have a job, got to make sure I'm feeding the kids.
Sure.
So.
Your kids are how old now?
20 and 18.
Okay, 20 and 18. Were they homeschooled?
They were not.
They were not?
Nope.
Okay.
They both graduated from Kimberly High School.
Okay, and since you've pursued a degree in political science, and while attending UW Fox Valley, you co-founded a club on campus to help fellow veterans with that GI Bill. Was that a result of your bad experience?
Yeah, it was, for those of us that were veterans on campus, we had such a hard time trying to figure out all the leaps and the bounds that we had to go on just to get our GI Bill, and to figure out how tuition was paid and books were paid and our BAH was paid. And we're like, well, we need to help fellow veterans just coming in so that they don't have the issues that we did.
Right.
We want to make life easier for them versus just figuring it out on their own.
Sure. Alicia Saunders is our guest this morning. We have much more to come in her run for state assembly, so please stay right there. Welcome back to Newsmaker Sunday. We are talking with the Democratic candidate for State Assembly District 2, Alicia Saunders. You've held several blue-collar jobs. Does that give you a better insight into your constituents as to what they're going through?
I believe it does.
Yeah.
Because, the majority of the people in Assembly District 2 are blue-collar. You see, honestly, it's...
What jobs did you have?
Well, I've stocked shelves, grocery shelves. I've delivered packages. I've delivered auto body parts. I've worked in warehouses. I've cleaned bathrooms. And working those jobs, they're hard work. And they're very physical. And not all of them pay well. And I feel that jobs like these deserve good pay.
Right.
Very much. And that's why I support unions, because unions are there to help give better pay to their members.
Sure. So on the way up, you earned your money.
I have, yes.
Speaking of the economy, and this is mainly a national issue, but we've got people with hard times putting food on the table, paying the mortgage, paying the rent. What can you do on a state level to ease the pain? Or is this something that only can be handled at the national level?
I'm not really sure about that.
Yep.
And that's something that I would look at and talk to the people that know more than I do.
Sure.
But I honestly would do whatever I can to relieve that for Wisconsinites, because I feel the pain at the grocery store. I feel the struggle of trying to pay your mortgage. I feel the struggle of worrying about your health insurance. And we've got to figure it out some way.
Yeah. One of the major issues, if not the major issue in this upcoming election, is going to be the abortion issue. Where are you on that? To what degree?
I am pro-reproductive rights.
Okay.
I believe in medical freedom. And I don't think that the government belongs in the exam room in any way, shape, or form.
Right now, Madison, not a very friendly place, as you well know. They are at loggerheads right now, gavel in, gavel out. Republican-controlled legislature has no love lost for our current governor. Is compromise dead? Have we reached a point of we've got the numbers and we'll call the shots, and your opinion doesn't count?
No, I don't think compromise is dead. I think, especially with the new maps, because with our state being so gerrymandered as it was before, there was no...
there was no give and take.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah.
The Republicans didn't have any kind of repercussions for just gabbling in and gabbling out and going along on their merry way. But now, with new maps, they actually have to compete for their position. The voters get to pick their elected officials instead of the elected officials picking the voters now.
So you think redistricting is going to make a big difference in the way business gets done in Madison?
I do.
Yeah. We are back to wrap up with Alicia Saunders right after this. Please stay right there. Back now this morning with Alicia Saunders, who is running for State Assembly District 2. On your website, there's a whole list of things that are important to you, one of which is veterans issues. We talked a little bit about that earlier in the show. What are the needs out there for veterans? What do you see out there that needs to be addressed?
A lot of it has to do with the VA, which is national. But I feel that we could, in some way, shape, or form, give a little bit of a helping hand in the state legislature, just making things a little bit easier for filing paperwork and running through the VA, because there is a lot of red tape that you have to cut through just to get any kind of benefits.
As a Navy veteran, do you still go through that?
I do. I'm actually considered a disabled veteran. I have tinnitus from the jets that I worked on, as well as I had sprained my wrist because I fell off of a jet. So I have a disability for that as well because it affected my primary hand.
Sure. So you know what you have to go through, or what all the veterans have to go through. You're also supportive of farmers. I mean, that's no surprise, but in what way? What do you see out there that farmers need? Well,
so the farmers, there's a lot of issues that that they deal with. One of the things that I've seen and I've heard about, while talking to voters, is the seed prices.
Okay. Yes.
And the seed companies. I've been told that if you plant a crop, like you bought seeds last year and you planted that crop, and then this year you didn't buy any seeds from that company will go back and test your crop for the DNA, for their seed DNA. And if your plants have their seed DNA, they will sue you for breach of contract.
Doesn't seem right.
No, it does not. And that's one of the reasons why groceries are so expensive, because these farmers are paying for this expensive seed. Another thing that I've seen is the fertilizers that they use. They contain PFAS. And there is better fertilizer out there, but it's so expensive. And I want to be able to make these fertilizers more accessible and less expensive for our farmers so that they can use that instead of the cheap stuff that's poisoning everybody.
Right.
And it's not the farmer's fault. It's the companies that are providing this stuff.
Yeah. You list equality as one of your issues. In what way?
I believe in equality for everyone. I believe everyone has the right to feel free to be who they are, as long as it's not hurting anybody. I am a supporter of LGBTQIA plus rights, because if it's not hurting me, what's the problem? Right. I am a supporter of racial equality, gender equality, any kind of equality, because we're all human. What's the reason for us to not be equal?
And we touched in this program your stance on abortion rights, but that issue goes so much further than just abortion. It's reproductive rights that not only affect the women, but also their partners too.
It does, because, I mean, with the whole issue with IVF, if a couple wants to have a baby and they have a hard time conceiving, IVF might be a solution for them. And we're seeing issues in other states where they are essentially making IVF illegal. And this is hurting people who want to build families.
And finally, what do you mean when you say you want to share Wisconsin values? What's so wonderful about us that we've got to share this?
You've heard the term Midwest nice?
Yes.
That's Wisconsin.
Okay.
But I would say it's more Wisconsin nice. Because, I mean, we'll take a walk with our dogs down the street, and we'll shout across the street hi to our neighbors. We'll wave to each other across the fence, and I feel that needs to be shown in our state legislature, and it's not.
So you'd like to change the tone down there?
Yes.
All right. In the time we have remaining, got a couple of minutes here. Your elevator pitch. Why should the voters watching this morning send you, Alicia Saunders, to the State Assembly?
Well, it comes down to, I believe in working for the people. I believe that our state legislature is there to work for the people and not for themselves. I believe that our state legislature, if they're supposed to be working full-time, they should be working full-time, not working January and February and then not being in session again until January the next year. If we're going to pay them to be full-time, they need to work full-time. I believe in fully funding our emergency services. I believe in fully funding our schools. Too often I have seen, as I'm talking to the voters, we've got firefighters that are telling me that they need to go to the voters on referendum to buy fire engines. They have fundraisers that aren't for charity. These fundraisers are just to fund
For what they need.
the fire department.
Yeah.
And our schools are going to referendum way too much. If the people are agreeing on these referendums, then why can't we just fund it at the state level?
Alicia Saunders, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
If you have a newsmaker in your town who you think we ought to have on this program, let us know about it. Send us an email to tips@wearegreenbay.com, or you can message us on Facebook. And be sure to join us once again Sunday morning at 7:30. Until then, have a great day.